All right. What's going on, everyone? How is it going? We are back again. What do you know? It wouldn't be my life if we weren't looking for this dang Tepig. If we were not here just grinding away encounters, what would I be doing? I don't know, but we're back. 15,000 encounters deep. Red Fox, what up? How's it going? Gosh, this hunt is insane. I can't get away from it. I mean, I shouldn't get away from it. I need to get this freaking shiny Tepig. We've been at this journey for over 7 months now. Like, I need this thing ASAP today badly. We're about to hit double over odds. Like, we are 1,000 encounters away from that. I didn't want to hit over odds to begin with. I certainly don't want to go double. That would just be atrociously sad for me. I would hate that with every fiber of my being. But I'm doing pretty good, Red Fox. I'm doing pretty good. This week has been pretty chill. Nothing really to write home about. Nothing to complain about. Work has been just fine and dandy. Nothing really going on over here for me. We got something a little bit different today. We've done this before in the past for a second, but now we're back to it. I've got a copy of Black 2 and White 2. All my, 3 of them are in Japanese. The White 2 up there is in English. And then I've got Black and White down here. That's because I decided, you know what? I've been putting it off for far too long. Also, I need to turn this on and we need to get going. Okay. Where was I? Oh yeah, I decided that it is damn time. I just need to progress my copy of Black 2 all the way through to like the post game, get the game nice and squared away as much as I can, get things set up for hunting in the future in that game. I've started catching a whole bunch of Pokemon, trying to work towards, first the Unova Dex and then eventually the National Dex. That way we can get our Shiny Charm for, Masuda Method hunting, and we can start hunting for legendaries in that game. We got a whole lot. I got a whole lot on the docket that Tepig has been holding up, and I decided, you know what, no longer. I have enough games in the Generation 5 sphere in order to shiny hunt for Tepig, 4 games at a time. I wanted to do this where I had 4 copies of Black and White, but 2 of the copies of Black and White I have already set up to do the Victini shiny hunt, so they're already well past this point in the game. And I bought a couple extra copies of a Japanese, Black and White. One of them got canceled. One was taking forever to ship. I got one in the mail. One of the ones I got in the mail had a shiny on it. I made a community post about that. That was pretty crazy. But not counting it towards the Shiny Living Dex. It was just a shiny Watchog. Nothing insane to write home about, but by all accounts, it was legit. So that was pretty cool to find. It was a pretty cool find on that save file. Of course, the one time, normally it goes through my mind like, oh, should I record myself reacting to this new save file? Maybe there's something cool on here. There never is, so I got out of the practice of actually checking the save files and recording it. Well, of course, the one time I don't even think about it, I just start checking the save files before I reset them to choose the starters. And I'm like, oh shit, there's actually a shiny on one of these. What are the odds? I give up the idea of actually recording for a little short or something, and lo and behold, a shiny is there waiting for me. But yeah, so this hunt is going to be a little bit different going forward now that I'm doing 2 copies of each version from the Generation 5 games. The Black and White ones hold us up a tiny little bit. We got to wait an extra 5 seconds or something for these resets to go through, because we got to actually go into the battle with Bianca. But at this point, what's an extra 5 seconds? We've already been here 7 freaking months. So let's see. Other than that, do I have any news on the brain? Anything else to ponder over? That's very true. I have contemplated, what variation of games would be the best option for me. I don't know. I feel like everyone that hunts for Tepig and Black 2, White 2 is just cursed. So maybe all along maybe it's just Black 2, White 2 in general. Maybe they are cursed when it comes to the pig. Maybe Black and White will be our saving grace. Try and get this knot out of my upper back over here. Just feel it. Trying to think if I have any other updates on things I got going on. Said I talked about working through Black 2, White 2, or just Black and, or Black 2, what I'm trying to say here. Get my microphone in good position. I was messing with my microphone at the right before streaming, so I was a tiny bit late. I was just trying to get it rotated properly. It was kind of like falling off of the little connector to the boom, mic boom arm. But what was I saying? Yeah, progressing Black 2 all the way through. There's like 1,000,000,001 games that I need to progress through to the post game for like hunts and stuff. You know, I'm still working on my English copy of Soul Silver, getting it all the way to the end. And then I also have to do the same thing for a Japanese copy of Soul Silver and Heart Gold. And eventually I would like to get English Heart Gold. Would then have to progress that game all the way to the end. It's like, and then I still need to progress my Fire Red, Leaf Green Japanese copies. I just got Fire Red, which I need to reset and, you know, get the, actually no, how would I just realized how I'm going to do this. Because in my copy of Fire Red and Leaf Green, my Japanese ones, I got a Shiny Squirtle at one, and I just took a Squirtle for the other. I only have one other copy, so like, how am I going to get all 3 starters out of that game? I don't know. I'll figure it out. I guess I could just get a new starter in my English Fire Red, trade it over to my Japanese one, restart the game, get the other starter, trade it over again. Something like that. But let's see, you get a pretty big snowstorm tomorrow, at least no school. Well, hopefully it's not like too insane of a snowstorm. I can't remember, are you, shoot, I can't recall. Are you Canadian or is that someone else I'm thinking of? We didn't get a snowstorm, we got snow recently. But I have certainly been through a pretty crazy snowstorm. Well, one time when I went up to Buffalo to see Emily's family, that was an interesting experience. I've been through an ice storm before. Like 10 years ago during my senior year of high school, there was a really big ice storm in my hometown, which I don't know what, I guess it's like, it was like snowing, I guess, but I guess the main issue was that like, it was just very wet and then it got cold and then it froze. So it was like more the ice that was there. I don't know. Everyone calls it an ice storm, but 40 centimeters of snow. Nice. My American brain is going to try and figure out what 40 centimeters means. How many inches is that? Is that 4 to 5 inches? I don't know. 3 to 4? More than that, I don't know my 16 inches. Oh, well, okay. I was very off. I don't know why I thought it was like 10 centimeters was roughly an inch. Okay, well, yikes. That is a lot. That is certainly a lot. I would definitely constitute that as a snowstorm for sure. That, wow. That's a lot of snow. I don't even think when I was in Buffalo, how many inches of snow did they get up there when I was there? Yeah, I don't even think it was a foot. Like, it was a lot. I don't know if it was a foot though. Well, I think the main area of Buffalo got a lot more. We were a little bit outside of Buffalo when I was visiting there, so maybe it wasn't quite as bad. Still a lot. And that was my first time going through a big snowstorm like that. Emily's family up there always likes to joke about how, was it during, it might have, I think it was the year before we went there around the New Year time for a wedding, and I think it was snowing there, and then it was the next year we went and there was a snowstorm. But when we were up there for the wedding, we were like driving around with Emily's family, and it was snowing a pretty decent bit, you know, probably more snow than I'd seen in a while, if not my entire life. And so we get over to some person's mom's house and they're like doing stuff over there. Most of us are waiting in the car because it's like still warm. And I just decided to go get out and start playing in the snow like I'm a child. Like I'm just like making snowballs. I'm just like marching around in the snow. And they're just sitting in there like, what is this dude doing? Why? They love to bring that story up. They're like, we're all frigid. It's like below freezing, or not even below freezing. It's below zero. It was like negative 11 degrees or something like that. They're like huddled in the car trying to keep warm, waiting for someone to do something inside this house. And I'm just outside just playing in the snow. Like a, like a little kid just like, ooh, fun. But hey, I mean, I'm from the South. We don't ever get that kind of snow. When we do get snow, it's a couple inches at best. Now, granted, an inch of snow down here will shut us down more than like a foot of snow shuts them down up there. We get snow warnings, and it's like, okay, stock up on your bread, your milks. We're going into the apocalypse. Good luck driving. It's about to be real fun around here. Yeah, I'm sure after a while I would give, like, I was living in those situations and it was snowing a lot. I'm sure I would get tired of it eventually, but not right now. Not while I am living down here and only experiencing it very seldomly. You know, I've never had the fortune of shoveling a driveway of snow. Never really had to deal with I guess shoveling a car, getting the snow off the car, whatever. I don't know how you want to, what you call that. I've never been fortunate enough to deal with that, but I'm sure having to go through all that would change my tune on snow a little tiny bit. Ooh, ow. Goodness gracious. I just got this random, like, shot of, I wouldn't call it pain. It was like this little, it almost felt like a bug bite, but definitely not a bug biting me. It's just like, it's a little tiny pinpoint of, like, twitching or, like, pain-ish in my foot. My foot just started, like, bouncing around, twitching, like, oh, God, what was that? That was, interesting. Goodness. The worst is taking snow out. Oh yeah, I'm sure that's a grand old time. Also probably risky. If you're in the wrong position and knock the snow off onto you, that could be catastrophic. I went to the gym on Monday after work, and it's the first time I've been to the gym in a while, and I am still recovering. My body is still sore. Kind of hurts to sit, not gonna lie. Like, my back is still sore, and so I kind of gotta it's a little tough. I already have a difficult time finding a good seated position because of whatever I got going on, but now that my back's sore as well, it's even more yikes. But hey, no pain, no gain. Get used to it eventually, and hopefully things will get better for me. Maybe the back pain will cease if I actually start exercising more, getting back in shape. You don't feel comfortable on a ladder with... yeah, I can only imagine climbing up on a metal ladder when it is wet and freezing and slippery and slick, and yeah, I'm sure that is not very fun. No. You're like wearing gloves so you even have a worse grip on the ladder. Yeah. It sounds like it could be a bit of a predicament. Yep, I watched the Super Bowl on Sunday. I did, in fact. After a week of deliberating, am I going to watch it? Am I not going to watch it? I ended up caving, and well, I mean, I was never like super like on the not watching it train. I was thinking about not watching it because I did not expect the way the game went. I thought the Chiefs were going to pull it out because, like, I don't know, it just felt like the league or Destiny or whatever was trying to push them through for the three-peat, but I ended up caving mainly because, like, I'm a big Georgia fan and the Eagles have a lot of Georgia players on their defense, so I decided to sit down and actually watch it, and was very happy with how that game went, because as I'm also a Buffalo Bills fan, it was nice seeing the Chiefs get a little bit of an ass kicking there. Fair enough, fair enough. I actually did watch the halftime show for the most part. Normally, I just ignore them. I generally do not care about the halftime show. Like, I'm a football fan. I watch for the football. Most of the time, I'm just like, okay, I'll watch the halftime show for a minute or two, and then I'm like, I don't really care. I'm kind of bored. I'm not a big music person either, but I actually did watch basically the entire Kendrick halftime show. The first few minutes of it, I was just listening to it from the bathroom. Nature called, had to go. But I did watch the rest once I got back out into the living room. It was pretty solid. I did enjoy the rendition of Not Like Us. It was very fun. He actually did name drop Drake. That was very interesting. I was really interested if he would what he would do, because like he obviously has to censor out a lot of words during his songs, but I wasn't sure when he got to the certified lover boy, certified. I'm not going to say it on YouTube. I don't know how YouTube would react to me saying that. PDF file. I was like, is he actually going to say it? Like, is he allowed to say it or what? And then no, he said certified lover boy, certified. Blah, blah, blah. Didn't actually say it. I was like, makes sense, but would have been crazy if he did say it on live TV. Yeah, he was really taunting Drake there. Drake? He was really taunting Drake there with that performance. But I will say a part of me was like kind of wanting the game to be a little bit. It was like, it's weird because I enjoyed watching the Chiefs get absolutely demolished, but at the same time, just as an enjoyer of football, I kind of would have liked it to be a more competitive game. At least for like the first half, maybe the first half is like tied going to halftime, or like Eagles are up by a little bit. Just an interesting first half, and then, blow them out in the second half. But man, it looked a little dicey at the beginning. It looked a little bit like some home cooking was going to be brewing with the refs, but they other than that very first call that was a little bit iffy in my book, it was pretty one-sided. It was pretty, the refs weren't really all that involved. There was like one penalty against the Chiefs that was a little bit like, okay, I don't think that was really a penalty, but for the most part it seemed fair. They were calling things they probably should have been calling, not overly penalizing I think either team. The Chiefs were making more mistakes, so they got more penalties, but it just those interceptions from Mahomes really just set them back. They were in decent position, like they'd been down before in games. They knew how to come back, but that pick six and then the pick within like the 10-yard line, yeah, that just sealed the deal. And then like the second half, the Chiefs were just like, they obviously weren't giving up. That's why they were, they were still trying obviously in the second half, but all the points and everything it just kind of ended up being like pity points, late time points that, oh crap, what up? Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate you dropping on in. But yeah, then the second half, they just kind of they were putting up some points. They had some like big passes, a big touchdown, but I was like, what does it matter at this point? It was just a little bit of garbage time stats, garbage time plays made the Chiefs and Mahomes not look quite as bad, you know. It's like, oh, Mahomes ended with like 250 something yards and 3 TDs. That wasn't a terrible performance. Because I know the box score does not show the full picture. This was ass or ass to belt, belt to ass the entire game. Like, they got demolished. They got demolished, and Saquon didn't even really have to do anything. Saquon was pretty well neutralized, but in neutralizing Saquon, they failed to neutralize anyone else. All right, come on, little pig. Let's do it to it. Come on now. I'm quite tired of not having a shiny here. I'm quite tired of it. I would very much like to change this here and now. Come on, you. At this point, it's been so long. There was a nickname that me and chat decided on way early in this for obviously we can't nickname it right now because we're like, well, I guess if we get one in black and white then we can nickname it, but there was like nicknames decided on and I don't remember them at all, which it's been friggin' 7 months, so that would explain why. Pokemon Black. I haven't bought an... When's the last time I bought an English copy of Black or White? When did I get... I got a copy of Pokemon... Shoot, what was it? I think it was Black recently for... I think I got it for 80? But I guess that's 80 US dollars, so I don't know how that how that translates to Canadian dollars. I guess they're a little bit more expensive than I actually was thinking. They are very low selling games, so I guess, you know, the idea of supply and demand is there for them. It's like, oh, there's not as many copies of Black and White, so they're rarer, so therefore they must be worth more money. So that could be why maybe their prices were a little bit higher than I would have anticipated. But I mean, I guess really all Pokemon games other than, well, even I guess the OGs, Gen 1s are still kind of expensive for how many of them are out there, but just Pokemon games in general, outside of, you know, the newest ones, just really blown up in price. Freaking Emerald, Crystal, Platinum, those are all like $200 roughly. I think Crystal's a little bit on the lower end of that, like 180 maybe. Like Emerald and Platinum might not. I think Emerald might be the most expensive one at like 200 something. right around 200. Shoot, black 2, white 2 are pretty dang expensive as well. Like 150 to 160-ish. That is why the Japanese copies are elite when it comes to this kind of shiny hunting where you need a bunch of different games. Because they are nowhere near as pricey. And you really don't have to worry about Japanese games being fake. They are very, very less likely to be faked. Yeah, Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Yeah, even the Japanese copies of Heart Gold, Soul Silver are expensive. Like, you know, most Japanese games, the like, you know, Diamond Pearls of the world are like $15, $20. Not expensive at all. You know, other ones sit in the like $20 to $30 range. I think Platinum might be like get up to like 40-ish. Heart Gold, Soul Silver are the most expensive Japanese ones I've ever seen online. Like $50 to $60. But like that's the highest I've really ever seen for a Japanese game from the olden days. Man, this is just taking way too freaking long. Yes, it is. Tepig, oh Tepig, you ought a pain in my side. Yes, you are. Eventually, I do want to get a copy of English Heart Gold. That one's going to be a tough pill to swallow. That one is going to be rough. It's like I don't desperately need it right now, but I could very well use it in the near future for all these shiny hunts. Because I like having 4 copies of certain games for like certain hunts. Like Suicune we're going to do in Heart Gold, Soul Silver. And having 4 copies would be nice. And I like a bit of uniformity, so I would prefer having 2 English, 2 Japanese. Right now, we're kind of breaking my, how I feel about things, where I have 3 Japanese copies and 1 English going on for us at the moment, but it's what I got to work with at the moment, so. Oh, excuse me, goodness. I did not want to push off Tepig any longer. I gotta get on trucking here. Let's see. Anyone a fan of a PlayStation? Anyone watch the State of Play? I think, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't. Not me. I was a PlayStation person back in the day when I had a PS3. But I haven't played console video games other than, you know, like a Wii, or not a Wii, the Switch in the longest time. Like, I think the PS3 was the last time I played a console. I've been pretty much computer gaming or like DS, you know, Nintendo hardware for a while. So I did not watch it personally, but anyone out there watch it? Anyone a big fan of Sony and PlayStation and anything cool come out today? I did see someone post on Blue Sky that there was no Kingdom Hearts 4 news, so that would be about the only game currently coming out for like a PlayStation console that I would care about. I haven't played Kingdom Hearts 3. I haven't played most Kingdom Hearts games. I've just played 1 and 2, but you know, I thought 3 was supposed to be the end, and then it was like, oh no, we're actually making a 4th. So this would be kind of neat to see how that will go. Because I don't think 3 was quite super acclaimed, as well received. I don't think 3 was anyone's like personal favorite of the Kingdom Hearts games. But I feel you there. Outside of Switch and like Nintendo DS, I really I play just PC. I don't even really I don't even really use my PC for gaming. Like, I bought a whole bundle of Kingdom Hearts games. Haven't touched them. I've only been using my PC for like streaming and video editing and doing this stuff. Like, I re-downloaded League of Legends a month or so ago. I played one bot game, like just against bots, kind of getting back into the flow of how things work in that game. It didn't hook me. I was, you know, I'd seen some people playing League on YouTube and streams and stuff, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll try and get back into League casually. And like I said, played a bot game. It was like kind of neat and fun for a second, but then I was like, oh, I don't care. I'm good. I feel no draw to get back on the game and keep playing. PS4 having a big shutdown. What do you mean PS4 having a big shutdown? Like they shut down services to the PS4, or like, what you mean? I didn't check. I'm good over here, right? Yeah, I'm good. Over here too. Yeah, we good. All right. Just had to check in on some stream analytics. Okay, we don't got a shiny there. Someone hacked. Oh wow, no, I did not hear about that. Someone hacked the server, so they shut it down. Well, what a wild response. Jeez. That's... I don't know much about... when I say I don't know much, I mean I know close to zero about computers. How do you just like hack Sony, PlayStation? Like, how do you go about doing that? Because I imagine they have to pay a shitload of money for cybersecurity. So like, what is it, just like a phishing thing? Like you send you scope out some employees that work there, send them some phishing attempts, and hope that one of them click on a link that just gets you into their servers. Like, how does that work? Because like a few months ago, I think it was a few months ago, there's this company that a separate engineering company that I've been working with for this project I'm on. And so someone that works over there, this lady, she accidentally fell for one of those phishing emails. And so it went out to a whole bunch of people, including me. Got a random email from her that was like super weird. And I was like, I knew instantly I saw that email from her. I was like, oh, she fell for a little phishing scam. She got hacked. And yeah, sure enough, they came around back to us and were like, we're so sorry, so-and-so accidentally fell victim to a cybersecurity incident and sent out an email, please ignore it, all that jazz. Seven 17-year-old kid hacked Twitter? I don't recall hearing about that. maybe that's a while ago and I just don't remember the story. But hey, at this point, I wouldn't doubt anything with Twitter. That app is in the absolute shitter. Oh man, school me. Come on, Tepig. Please, oh please, I just want to see you shine. I want my yellow piggy. I need to clean my glasses. There's this one little spot kind of up here has been bothering me off and on. Like, peeks into my vision for a second every now and then. Help, I think a little bit. during COVID. I gotcha. I gotcha. Man. I'm just ready for a Nintendo Direct. Or, well, I guess, when is Nintendo Direct? The Nintendo one's in like April, right? I guess there'll be a Pokemon Day Direct. Or Pokemon Day Presents or something like that. Which I guess is in about 2 weeks. When is Pokemon Day again? 26th, 27th, something like that. I haven't decided if I'll try and stream that or not. It will really depend, I guess, what day it is. Let's see, I'll go over here and look. What is Pokemon Day? If it's 26th or 27th, it's like one of those 2 days. That's a Wednesday or a Thursday. I think it airs at like 10 a.m. my time. So I doubt I would be able to stream myself reacting to it because I gotta work. But I might be able to record myself reacting to it. I'm hoping they announce that Legends ZA will come out at the end of the year. I thought I saw some people like speculating that it could come out in like June or July. I feel like that might be a little bit of a late notice if they, you know, reveal it at like Pokemon Day or reveal more about it on Pokemon Day Direct. Might be a little too soon, but maybe it's better they start just keeping things a little close to the chest and then revealing information, and then, you know, the game comes out not too long after. Prevent leaks, prevent hacks, maybe keep the hype alive a little bit better. Because I'm sure the hype for new, well, I don't really know how. Maybe the hype builds as the time goes on, like you announce 10 months in advance, like, oh, the game's coming out on this date, and then the hype builds, or maybe like, or would it be the opposite? You use hype at the peak when it's first like announced and then kind of goes down from there. I would imagine it would build, I think. The more like, you would think the more that they reveal about the game, the more they talk about it, the more the hype would build going towards it. But I want it to be released a little bit later in the year, because I have a little bit of a content idea for something I want to do. I could do it earlier in the year if they do end up saying that they're going to release the game like, you know, June, whatever, but I would prefer that they did it in like November. And I guess a summer release might be good for content though, because like during the summertime I think is when content's like the best. Yeah, I'm hoping they put more, I'm hoping they put a lot more love and work into Legends VA over Scarlet Violet. I just wanted to release without like a bajillion bugs and glitches. And like, when I say bugs and glitches, like, I was watching someone play, not Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom recently. Someone, it was Small Ant, I remember who it was. And you see like little you find he does things in his runs that are glitches and bugs and unintended things, and it's like, okay, clearly games are broken, not just Pokemon, but it's like, I don't know, it's the way that they're broken. Like in Zelda, you're very meticulously doing these like certain things with a very intricate crafting system and like trying to force things to like operate differently, and so it makes sense. Like, okay, it might be a little janky here or there because you can't like anticipate everything with this massive crafting system they have. And in Pokemon Scarlet Violet, it's just like, oh, I just walked towards a rock and fell through the floor. Like, there's a difference in the type of bugginess. There's like bugs that happen because the game's intricate and like it doesn't destroy the game, and then there's just bugs of like, oh, well, they're just playing the game normally just crashes it. It just doesn't work properly in normal circumstances. Now, I think it would be cool if it was a game that like came out around the same time as the Switch 2. I don't think it should be a Switch 2 exclusive. But it should at least, like, the release should at least coincide with the Switch 2 coming out. Be a Breath of the Wild type where it's like, yeah, it's a Switch 1, or Breath of the Wild was a Wii U game, but it was more synonymous with the Switch. Kind of makes, Legends ZA kind of like that. I'm gonna try something here for a second. I don't know if this is gonna work how I intended to. No, not quite what I was looking for here. Okay, never mind. I was trying something, gonna experiment with something I just thought of, but I won't worry about it. Not sure about Switch 2, like it doesn't seem like a big step, and it's just Switch. I mean, probably the biggest thing with the Switch 2 is going to be performance upgrade, just hardware. Like, the Switch is what, the second best-selling Nintendo console of all time? Or is it the first best-selling? Like, it is up there as one of the best-selling Nintendo consoles of all time. Like, it's a wildly popular console. So it kind of makes sense that they wouldn't do too much to change it, to, change the formula. But as games evolve, as things, progress, they obviously need to update it with new hardware. So like, yeah, I don't really expect the Switch 2 to be some massive change from the Switch. It's just it's kind of intended to be the next evolution of the Switch, like just the next stepping stone. Kind of like how there was the OG Switch and then there was the Switch OLED. The OLED, God, I can't say that very well. The OLED Switch was not wasn't branded as a Switch 2, but it was essentially a second model of the Switch. Like there was the original, and then they made one a little bit bigger with a better screen. So I kind of just see Switch 2 as that, as just a progression of a really popular console that doesn't really need any exterior changing, just hardware, like the internals, making it just run a little bit better. Plus the OG Switch is what, like 8 years old now or something like that. It's kind of just time that they release a new console. Console life cycles, it just makes sense. Like, Switch 2 is good, then I'm gonna buy that since my Switch. That's the thing I'm asking myself, like, if the Switch 2 is good, then I'm gonna buy that since my Switch is 2. You're like Tears of the Kingdom version Switch, you're saying? Would you want to get a Switch 2 or a Tears of the Kingdom version Switch? That's fair. That's fair if you're trying to update your upgrade your Switch console. What happened to your original one? It's done? Like, it just doesn't really work anymore? But I agree, the Tears of the Kingdom one is such a good looking Switch that I almost bought one, even though I did not need it. I don't need, you know, another Switch. And I don't have any intention of playing Tears of the Kingdom, at least not right now, maybe eventually. But like, I've never really been a huge Zelda person. I played Zelda games here or there over the years. I've never like super dove into them, never been a massive Zelda fan. And I'm also just not the biggest fan of open world games. They're not really my cup of tea. But it's a great looking Switch, so I almost grabbed one. Oh, okay, I gotcha. Honestly, I have no idea if this thing right here, I have no idea if it still works or not. I haven't turned this thing on in I don't know how long. It's definitely dead. Like, there's no way it's turning on. I don't have to charge it. I guess I have a charger right here. I could put it on. It's the Sword and Shield version Switch Lite, but Roost, what up? Oh, I feel like you always manage to jump on in when the theme switches over to Conquest. I want to say Coliseum. You got a knack for that. The game calls to you. She don't have any battery. Like, I'm lucky if I have 1 hour. The Joy-Con have big drift for the real. Oh, I gotcha. I guess I never played my Switches enough to like experience the Joy-Con drift that everyone talks about. But let's see. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah, my Sword and Shield. I can't believe I bought the Sword and Shield edition Switch Lite. I needed a Switch to play Sword and Shield on when they came out, because like the one I had in college, my roommate at the time and I like split it when we bought it. You know, we bought half and half each for us to have at the apartment. And then I graduated and I left it to him, and I didn't have a Switch anymore. So when those games that came out, I needed a Switch, and that was still back in the time when I was gung-ho about playing every Pokemon game when they released. But yeah, now 5 years later, it's like, well, I don't really care for Sword and Shield too much. And I never used the Switch Lite, so oh well. I guess it's kind of cool to have because it's Pokemon themed. Yeah, I've definitely heard about stick drift being a big issue with the Switch. And a lot of people asking for the Switch 2 to hopefully fix that. Man. Yeah, Nintendo doesn't really budge on their pricing. They kind of, well, I guess for the big ticket stuff, they might drop their prices here or there for some things, but like Pokemon games never go down in price at retail. Like, they are always hard stuck. Whatever the release MSRP, that is what they keep them at. And I imagine they would do the exact same thing for stuff like the Switch. You gotta give it to Nintendo. Like, they know when they got something, and they ain't gonna budge. Like, they are going to make that money off of it. Nope. Pokemon games never, they never go down in value. At least not now. There might have been a time where you could get Pokemon games used for less than they were at release, but Not anymore. Not anymore. I mean, I guess it depends on how much you actually play the Switch. I would personally say just wait for the Switch 2, since the Switch 2 should be able to play basically any Switch game. So I think it'd be more worth your money. But I guess it's really up to you. Because, well, I think the Switch 2 is coming out this year, so, you know, you'd have to wait for, well, a little less than a year to get one. Wouldn't have to wait too long. Oh, well, it doesn't really matter. I can back out of that menu. I won't. Oh, man. Yeah, my back is a mess right now. Still trying to recover from all that exercising. I only did one back exercise too, which is crazy. I mean, I guess you use your muscles for a bunch of different other things, but man, my lower back is sore. Yeah, I agree with the Roost. I think waiting for the Switch 2 would be the play. And then, like, if you really can't wait for the Switch 2 to come out, like, you really need a Switch to play stuff on, like, you're just itching to switch, hey, you might could try finding, like, a used Switch Lite somewhere. Maybe one that's a bit more capable than your Switch that you have, but, like, still not super expensive. I don't know. Is an option. But I agree, just waiting for the Switch 2 would probably be preferable. Yeah, I feel you there. I feel you there. I thought the Scarlet Violet Switch looked pretty cool too. That was... I didn't like it as much as the Tears of the Kingdom one, but I did like it. I was like, well, maybe. Possibly. Even though I wasn't planning on getting Scarlet Violet, but I was like, well, maybe I'll grab the Switch. It kind of looks nice. Part of me would love to collect, like, all the Pokemon Edition Nintendo products, or consoles, I should say. Products in general, but, like, Nintendo consoles. You know, I have one, well, I guess I have the Dialga Palkia DS that I'm using right now for my controller. So I have one right here, and then I have a Game Boy Advance back here. It's a Pokemon version. I would like to have more. There's a bunch of really cool, like, especially the Game Boy Advances and SPs. There are some really cool Pokemon Edition ones, but they can get kind of pricey. Kind of pricey. Respect to that, Roos. Respect to that. Everyone got a theme. Everyone got a color preference, pattern preference. I don't know what, but I feel you there. I feel you. There is something nice about a just slick, clean, basic design. Certainly understand that. I'm just a little gremlin that's likes collecting sparkly things, so that is why I am drawn to the allure of fancy consoles with little Pokemon printed on them, because I like my treasure. Oh yeah, the Pokemon Black and White version DSIs, those things are clean. I've been saying I want to get one of those for the longest time, and I haven't committed, and I don't know why. Like, they are so clean. And I just want a DSi to begin with. I've never owned a DSi in my life, so maybe one day. Oh, certainly if I'm looking for something purely to be functional, I'll go for it. Like, I did not buy this Dialga DS right here. I didn't buy it with the intention of using it as like a controller for all this stuff. I got puppies. I got puppies. Hello.
They said happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, thank you, puppies. Thank you so much. Oh, well, thank you too. Are y'all being crazy for mama, or y'all just sleeping? Y'all just sleeping? Been sleeping all day? But no, I did not buy this with the intention of like using it. This was more to just be a display piece, but it's actually just a very useful DS, so I use it now. You struggling to pick him up over there? I know he a heavy boy, but we got
he's so heavy. He's so heavy.
A little rider puppy flying into the screen. Diamond and Pearl DS. Okay, yeah, that's fair. I mean, shoot, you get a good deal on something, might as well pick it up. Oh, well, Leo, what do you?
You want to get on the mic?
What is mom doing to you? He is. He did not like that. Y'all all are. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy. Surprised you're not in bed yet. It's kind of late. Yeah, this DS was definitely meant to be a collection piece, but it is just turned into a very useful, functional DS. Like, the intention was... My intentions were, I bought this DS. It was just, a plain white one. It is just purely meant to be plain white. I did find some of these fancy Dragonite Palmer DS covers to put on things, so I put it on this plain white one, but like I bought this to be a functional one that I use, which I do. I switch it out whenever like this other one dies, I'll use that. But then I have my, classic red and black as well, but this one I don't really use this one much anymore because this left bumper trigger back here doesn't really work. So since that one doesn't really work too well, I now got to use this, meant to be collector's piece, now functional part of my setup. Well, Roost, it sounds like you are wired to save money, and I envy you for that, because I was not. I was not wired to be selective with my money. I was born with the gene that makes me like to shop. I rein it in, I don't go overboard or anything, but I like to splurge on the occasion and buy myself something nice, something fun to look at. Goodness me, this Tepig is just ridiculous. Like, how in the world is this hunt still going? It blows my freaking mind. What happened? Oh, the other game was already on. I was like, what happened down there? I got out of the shower today, and, my hair's gotten a little bit longer than I'm used to having it. Like, it's kind of, I normally keep it pretty short, but I got a lot of it up here right now. And so, it was, wet, just got out of the shower. I just started shaking my head around to kind of like, dry it out, kind of, just do whatever, just kind of, shake it out. And I ended up tweaking my neck over here real good. Like, I was just shaking and then just felt something lock up and I was like, oh God, I can't move my neck. And now it's not too terribly bad, but it's still like a little bit, just this kind of like slight tension going through it. Getting old is very fun. Very, very fun. Katana. I guess that's one thing I've never personally bought myself. I have never bought a sword. A real sword. I have a... do I still have that? I don't have it here. I don't know if my mom still has it at her house. Way back in like middle school, we went to a Renaissance festival for school. Not really sure why, but we did. And they had wooden swords there, and like everyone else who went, any of the guys that bought wooden swords, they bought like the smaller ones, like one-handed ones. I bought this freaking massive hulking, I don't know what you call it. I don't know if it's a broadsword. Like I have no idea what it's technically called, but like, normal handles were like this long, like you can fit one handle on it. I got one that's like 3 hand lengths long. The blade was like 5 feet long. Like this was a massive freaking sword. And I had it for the longest time. I ended up spray painting it. I think for Halloween one year, I made, because it was just like a normal wooden, just brown, just wood. And I spray painted the handle black, and then I made the blade neon orange. Had that thing for, my mom's probably gotten rid of it by now, but it was in my room at my parents' house for the longest time. Got a dull katana. I guess you're not using that for home defense, since it's dull. I mean, I guess a dull katana could still defend yourself pretty well. You're just not getting any clean cuts. Oh, with that giant sword, I remember one day I was laying in bed. I was just playing with it, and it was like long enough to reach my ceiling above my bed. And there was like, I don't know how, but on the tip of it, like a little bit of black paint or something got on there. I don't know what I was doing with it, but I could reach the ceiling. And so I just like randomly, very faintly used the sword to write out the word. I wrote out help in my on the ceiling, like the tiniest little letters. Like it was very small, it was barely noticeable. It's like really thin, and yeah, it was up there for the longest time. And then I think years later my mom noticed it, and she was like, does it say help above your bed? And I was like, oh yeah, it does. I don't know how that got there. I played it off like I had no clue what it was. I was like, I don't know, I guess people before us put it up there, I'm not sure. Oh, man. Hey, I mean, like, I also live in America, but I mean, not all burglars have guns on them. You might get the dumb burglar that just comes in with a knife. Maybe they don't expect you to be home. Maybe they're not intent on actually like murking anyone. They're just trying to get some goods, and you happen to be there. All they have is a little knife, but you got a big old katana, so like, you can still defend yourself. Now, granted, if they got something on them, then yeah, your katana, unless you have the element of surprise and can, while they're rounding a corner, you can, get them right across the throat or something. I mean, aren't all burglars by nature dumb? I mean, if you're breaking into someone's home, you're probably not the smartest cat out there. I could be wrong. Maybe there's some smart burglars out there, but I feel like if your life leads you to the point that you're breaking into people's houses, you might not be the smartest cookie in the world. Leo, what you doing, buddy? You want to come over here and say hello? Oh, little wiggle butt. Hi. They can't see you on the camera. Do you want to say hi? What's up? What's up? You little wiggle boy.
I'm your boy. Hello. Hello. You bingo for mama.
Yeah, you go, boy. Oh yeah, I mean, you can do a lot of damage swinging something heavy around, for sure. That's why I've been meaning to get a baseball bat. I'm not personally a gun person myself, so I don't think I would invest in one, but a nice heavy wooden baseball bat, I could work with that. Stretch out real quick. Ooh, man, I am tense. Goodness. All right, little pig. Come on, we've been here over an hour, which is nothing in the grand scheme of things. I've probably done this hunt. What? How many hours do I think I've actually put into this Tepig hunt? We did a 12-hour stream. I generally stream 2 to 3 hours. I've been doing this for 7 months, so do stream this 2 to 3 times a week at least. We'll say 3 on average. Okay, I can't do that math in my head right now, but I'd be willing to bet it's close to like 100 hours. We probably put at least 100 hours into this hunt, if not more. And I am quite ready for something else. Now, I've been doing something else. I've done other hunts, sure, but I would like the weight of this pig off my back. I certainly would. That's a great question. I guess I would say around 30 seconds, roughly. That's how long a reset takes. So I guess you're looking at like 7,000 something hours, most likely. 30 seconds. Well, doesn't really work like that because it's 30 seconds per reset, but then I get 4 resets at a time. And since I haven't been doing 4DSs the entire hunt, I've only had the 4DSs for the last, like, I guess I've been doing 4DSs for half the hunt, but having 4 made the hunt go a lot quicker. Like going from 1 to 8,000 took a lot more time than it's taken us to go from 8,000 to 15,000. Simply because I added 2 whole extra consoles to the hunt, but so yeah, how would that math really work out? I guess for 7,000 something encounters we've had, it actually might be closer to 8. I think it was around the 7,000-ish encounters. 8,000-ish when I got the 4DSs. I don't know. I could go through and add up all the stream times and figure it out. But that sounds like something I can do another day. Probably something I'll do when I actually find the Tepig is like calculate how long it actually took me to get in terms of, you know, time length, because that timer up there is not for all the streams. I wish I would have had the hindsight way back when I first started this to like somehow have a timer that kept track of the entire time, but I don't know how that would have worked. How that would have worked. Enunciate my words better. Yeah, it was like, trying to think, when I first started this, because when I very first started this hunt, I was doing 3 consoles at a time, But I was doing it in a really weird method. It was not a good method. I don't know why I was doing it. I was trying to operate 3 DSs at one time, which is very difficult when you only have 2 hands. And instead of checking, because I was doing them in black 2, white 2, instead of just checking in the party, I was actually going down and triggering the battle with Hugh and then seeing if it was shiny when it came out in battle. So I was adding like a whole extra bit of time to the reset there. Oh no, I'm not asking you to do the math. No, you are all good. I'll figure that out myself. I'm just kind of crap shooting in my head what how long I think it's been. Because yeah, the first I don't know how many hundreds of encounters were definitely slower because of the weird method I was trying to go with. It's like I did that 3DS method for 2, maybe 3 streams. It wasn't too terribly long, but I very quickly realized, oh, I can do this a lot more efficiently and get a lot more encounters in with just 2 DSs. Because like it's obviously quicker and easier to operate 2, and then I'm just checking the party instead of going down and battling Hugh and yada yada yada. Yeah, probably. I would say it has been 80 to 100. I think would be a good guess. How's your Dynamo hunt going? Any success over there? Any progress? I've been trying to decide which hunt I want to full-time, like I think going forward, Tepig is going to be the full-time hunt. It's been the full-time hunt. It's been the main hunt, but like going forward, this is the only thing I'm going to hunt until I get it. I keep taking pit stops at other hunts trying to break up the monotony, but I just need to get this thing already. Keep trying to decide what I want to do after Tepig though. Do I want to do Eevee? Do I want to do the Legends hunt still? I do have that Hitmonchan hunt going, but like, I don't know. I'm kind of not feeling that hunt anymore. Like, just kind of doesn't feel all that interesting. Like, Hitmonchan are fine, but I don't know. They're not the most exciting to hunt. I guess in these games, all hunts are not the most exciting thing ever. There's a lot of resetting and just running around. No crazy methods like in later games. We took a detour to play through Diamond and Pearl, get Poke Radar. Ah, I gotcha. That's something I really need to figure out how to do because I'm not sure how much I actually want to do any Poke Radar hunts. Because like with 650 Pokemon, I kind of want to be as efficient as possible. And so a lot of Pokemon that you can hunt with the Poke Radar, you could also just use Cute Charm Glitch to hunt. So it's like, do I really want to take the time to use Poke Radar? No. You going to bed? Okie doke. Do you want me to? Okay. All right, we're gonna run this reset and I will be right back in just a moment.
All right, come on, crazies, let's go.
Okie dokie, I hath returned. Got to pause the timer, but that is a-okay. What were we talking about before I took off? Talking about the Poke Radar? Yeah, there's really only one hunt I've looked at so far that I've been like, oh, maybe I'll do this with Poke Radar instead of Cute Charm Glitch, but it's been trying to get a bunch, like, I was thinking, oh, I could do Poke Radar hunting for a bunch of EVs to get all the EV evolutions. But then it's also like, you know, getting EV in the Trophy Garden and Platinum can be like really hit or miss, can take a lot of time. Just resetting, trying to get Mr. Backlot to be like, oh yeah, I saw some EVs here. So it's like, once I get the swarm or get not the swarm, the occurrence of EVs in the Trophy Garden, it's like, will I have the time to actually get 8? Is it 8 or is it 7? I think it's 7, no? Yeah, 7 evolution, the EVs for evolutions. Shadow, what up, what up? Glad you're able to join us. Finally start playing Fire and... Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, you got to get the national decks in order to start trading stuff up through Pal Park. They definitely do not make it easy on you in those games to start transferring Pokemon through. They really want you to play through the games before you start bringing things over. Friggin' Fire Red, Leaf Green are like, hey, you got to beat the entire game, go through this entire post-game thing, and then you can start trading with Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, and then transferring up to Generation 4. I guess Gen 3 doesn't really have... Gen 3, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald don't really have any requirements for trading up. But Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, and then... I guess in Black and White, Black 2, White 2, you got to get to the post game because you got to get to that little laboratory on the one route around Black City, White Tree Hollow, right? That little lab that's got the 2 little bridges next to it, the like little canyon kind of area. Forget what that lab's called. And so I guess you do have to get post game there. But it's just like getting to post game. You don't actually have to like complete anything. If I remember correctly, I don't think. Poke Transfer Lab, yeah. That is what I haven't done that in a long time. It has been a hot minute since I utilized that. Like, I'm talking like probably a decade it's been since I utilized that to transfer Pokemon from Gens 4 to 5. That is not something I have done very recently. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, I gotta figure out what'll be a good like system for trading Pokemon from Generation 4 like around and then up into 5, because like there's going to be a few hundred shiny Pokemon that I've got to bring from Generations 4 into Generation 5. And so, yeah, I gotta figure out what's the most efficient way. For a second, I was thinking like, oh, I'll just bring all the Pokemon over into Platinum and then move them that way. So like anything I get in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, I'll trade over into Platinum. And then I was like, wait, that doesn't really make any sense. Because like I can trade up into Generation 5 all the same from Heart Gold, Soul Silver as I can Diamond, Pearl, Platinum. So like, why go through the extra step of trading over to Platinum just to trade back then? Right, you can. I've never actually traded Pokemon from Heart Gold, Soul Silver up to Gen 5. So I assume you can. I've never done it before. But like, do they have a PAL Park equivalent? How do you How do you go about trading Pokemon from HCSS into Gen 5? Is there like a area I'm not thinking of, or do you have to transfer it over to the Sinnoh games? And then from the Sinnoh games, you can go up to Gen 5? I haven't actually thought about it or looked into it. Yeah. Completing National Dex and... Okay, so it will work. That's good to know. I didn't own a copy of Heart Gold or Soul Silver until, 4 years ago. And when I got it, I was not trying to transfer anything up to Gen 5, so I never actually tried or thought about it. But yeah, I've been trying to work on getting things filled out in my Black 2 copy for the National Dex so I can get the Shiny Charm. And it's going decent so far. I've been going at it for about a week pretty heavily. And I've got what, like 100 something Pokemon in there. I've been mostly catching Unova Pokemon and evolving them up as I go along, but I have caught some Generation like 3, 4 Pokemon that I know I can't Shiny Hunt in, like with the Cute Charm glitch in Generation 4, so I'm slowly but surely getting that worked out. I'm gonna try and go for all the Unova Pokemon first, that way I can get the... Oh shoot, what do they call that? The reservation ticket or whatever? The nature preserve? Bruce, what up, what up? I am very sorry to hear that. I'm quite sorry to hear that for you. Oh, nice. You finished the Unova Dex. Very good, very good. Yeah, I'm going to try and do that in the next... Hopefully I can get that done in the next, like, week or two. Get all the Unova Pokemon caught between Black 2 and White 2 and get them all transferred over into the Black 2, and then... Once we finally get this frickin' Tepig, then I can start working on picking up more Pokemon in Generation 4 to transfer up. Really start fleshing out the National Dex. Man, my back, my rights on my back is just so knotted up. Goodness. I can't sit down because it's just like, I'm so tense. Maybe I should try standing. Maybe I should utilize my desk. Yeah, but like tackling two birds with one stone kind of thing, you know. Catch every Pokemon in Unova, so there, you know, I can get both. I shall be standing as we go forward. Make sure I'm all good down here with my cords. Candy. Go. I think there maybe. All right, there we go. One of my computer monitor power cords was kind of laying on top of an HDMI cord and looked a little funky, so I moved it out of the way real quick. All right, I'm going to be bold here. I think we're getting it in the next 60 encounters. I think by the time we get to 15,300, I think we'll have it. There is no way in hell this is taking any longer than that. I refuse to believe it. Absolutely no shot. This will be mine. Well, good luck with that, Roos. Good luck with that. Yeah, I've been trying to fill out a spreadsheet as well for all my shinies and national dex acquiring, and yeah, it is a task indeed. I'm not even I'm not even a third of the way through, maybe. Like, I'm into the Johto part of the dex trying to figure stuff out, but like I've skipped a whole bunch of Pokemon and, you know, kind of jumped all over the place, so yeah, I still got a lot of things to flesh out for my little spreadsheet. Yeah, I was actually gonna, I was thinking about this the other day. I was gonna ask you about the pass orbs and stuff like that. What's your opinion on like getting the shiny orbs for, you know, obviously shiny hunting? So like, how does it work like with breeding? So if you get the pass orbs, you activate them before talking to the daycare man, you get an egg, you run back and forth. I think that you can hatch an egg in the time that like the pass power is active. Would it be like an efficient system to like activate the pass power, get the egg, run back and forth, hatch it? If it's not shiny, you then reset and do it again? I don't really know how it works. Like, I don't know if like the egg is always like determined, and so like it doesn't matter if you reset because you're like going to get the same egg every time. I don't really know if that's how it works, or if it's like, yeah, I was just thinking about it. I was like, what would be the most efficient system for like, you know, if you got the shiny charm, you got Masuda method, if you activate a pass power for the shininess, you then hatch an egg. If it's not shiny, you then reset so that you can keep using the pass power. Is that a viable system or not? But DJ, what up, what up? How's it going? Haven't seen you in a minute. How's it been? The way it works is the egg is set in stone when you pick up the egg. So like, if you were to say like, you know that the daycare man is hanging out there with the egg, if you save in front of him, you then activate the pass power, you get the egg, you then hatch it if it's not shiny. If you reset, like, the egg that you get from him, is it always the same egg? Like, when he's out there with an egg, is he just generated an egg? It's always there. Like, that's the egg. You can't change it. Or is it like is it a new role for a Pokemon every time? That's what I'm kind of wanting to figure out. So it's determined when you grab the egg. Because I wasn't sure if it was like, you know, when he's out there with the egg, it's already determined. Or if it's like when you actually physically talk to him to pick up the egg, that's when all the stuff is determined. Okay. Because yeah, I was contemplating that. I was like, what if I try that and get some shiny pass powers, pass orbs? I still don't know the correct terminology too well. Get those all set up and then, you know, activate it, grab some eggs, run around. If they're not shiny, reset, try it again. Okay. So that is a viable method, because that's what I was thinking of, like using the powers, getting the eggs. If the eggs aren't shiny, resetting so you can reuse the powers again. Okay, so good to know that can work. So I will whenever I can get around to actually doing that, when I can actually get around to breeding, once this freaking pig shines for me, I will look into that, try and figure that out. I guess what like intralink missions do you do to get shiny pass powers? Like, I certainly would be up to it, doing other stuff. I've already, you know, kind of thought about like whenever I have to transfer a whole bunch of Pokemon from gens like 4 to 5, I'll probably stream that and just like, you know, chat while I transfer stuff up. So I could certainly do streams of just Intralink farming, trying to get pass powers for hatching eggs and the like. Because yeah, I've never even attempted to experiment with Intralink or anything like that. I know nothing about how that works, so I'd have to figure all that out. Funfest mission, find lost items level 4. I'm gonna write that down. Funfest mission, find lost items level 4. I'll put that down so I don't forget that. And does that give you like a, you said a 3-minute pass power? If you do the mission select and do select, down, 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 up, 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 select. Okay, I gotcha. Well, if I definitely decide to do an intra-link stream trying to get all that done, it would certainly be useful to have you there, because figuring all that out will probably be a fun little process. Okay, they give the orbs so you can get the powers. Gotcha, gotcha. Well, that could definitely be really useful. And certainly really useful. Because what, if we can increase the base odds with Masuda Method and then Shiny Charm and then that would be very, very much helpful for my life. Okay, okay. Good to know, good to know. Good to know. Let's see. Oh, goodness. Smacked my DS on my desk. Because I'm certainly going to have to do a lot of breeding. I kind of underestimated the amount of breeding and Masuda methoding and eggs I was going to have to hatch in order to complete all this. Purely for just Generation 5 Pokemon, like, it's going to take forever. But then there's also a whole slew of non-Generation 5 Pokemon that I got to also breed for. So yeah, I'm probably going to be spending a lot of time biking back and forth, talking to that daycare dude. So whatever I could do to increase those odds would be very, very nice. I would much appreciate it. You me. I've been contemplating the idea with stuff like that, doing a little bit of the hunting off stream. I'd said for the longest time that I would do all my hunting on stream, but we'll see. It just like, it's going to take a long time to get all these shinies, and I just don't have the time to stream constantly doing this. And also sometimes I just kind of don't feel like streaming, to be honest. Sometimes I just kind of want to kick back, relax on my own and just chill. So I would still record the hunts, obviously. That way, you know, if I get a shiny, I have the video proof of it. But when, especially if it comes to like a less interesting Pokemon that maybe people just don't care to watch a stream about for a shiny, like Carnivine, like, you know, instead of streaming myself running back and forth trying to hatch Carnivine eggs to get a shiny, I might just or instead of doing that on stream, I might just do it on my own. Do the more interesting, fun Pokemon on stream. Can't do the Nat Dex until you play through and trade over large majority Kanto Dex. Are there, I'm trying to think, are there a lot of Pokemon from Kanto locked to Fire Red Leaf Green? A decent amount of them are in Heart Gold, Soul Silver. I guess I can't think of what all Pokemon from the OG Gen 1 are like not in like Generation 4. I feel like a good amount of them are. Between Gens 4 and 5, I feel like a good chunk of the Kanto Dex is available. Some of them are a bit obscure. You got like Swarms and Diamond Pearl Platinum and Radar Hunting and stuff like that, but I feel like there's a decent number of them. But all the starters, Mewtwo, I guess the birds are available in like Diamond Pearl Platinum, or just Platinum as roamers, right? Oh, locked to Hidden Grottos. Yeah, I gotcha. You don't want to grind out hundreds and hundreds of hours on Hidden Grottos, hoping you can get a 1% of a 1%? Or I guess a 1% of a 4 or 5%? It's pretty wild to think how like exclusive and rare hidden abilities were when they first came out. Like, hidden abilities truly were, like, a very tough thing to come across. And now it's just, like, very open. You can get hidden abilities on Pokemon pretty easily now. Shoot, I still remember learning about hidden abilities being a thing back in because I got back into Pokemon around the time Black 2 White 2 really started introducing hidden abilities into the whatchamacallit, franchise games, whatever. I remember hearing about the elusive Shadow Tag Chandelure that never came out. Which I think is hilarious. I think it's, yeah, funny that some Pokemon used to have different hidden abilities, but then they were just like, that actually might be too good. Maybe we'll go with something else. But then, you know, they give Mega Gengar Shadow Tag, so it's like... Generation 5? Nah, Shadow Tag Chandelure, way too good. Generation 6? Mega Gengar with even higher stats? Shadow Tag? Sounds good to me. All right, Tepig. I made the bold claim we would get you before 15,300. I would really like to not be wrong. We got 12 more chances. Please do your homie a solid and give me a shiny. Thank you so much. Love ya. XOXO. All right. Black 2, white 2. Y'all have been letting me down for the longest time, but can you redeem yourselves? Not today. Not to this reset. Black and white. Y'all got anything crazy for me? Floor's Wellspring Cave. Which one's Wellspring Cave? I'm trying to remember. That's the... Is that where you get Giratina? In Diamond Pearl Platinum? Or is that something else? Or is that Turnback Cave? Which one's Wellspring? It's like, I recognize the name, but I'm blanking on which cave it is. Oh, it's black and white. I'm sitting over here thinking of Diamond Pearl Platinum. Okay, yeah. I do know what cave you're talking about, yeah. Yeah, you just go surfing along. And once you get surf, you can come back there and yeah, you can surf around to the different floors. Yeah, I kind of like when Pokemon does more obscure stuff like that. You know, when they tuck away things and you kind of gotta backtrack and find stuff. I think it's fun. I think it's fun when they add that level of explorability, you know, make you keep track of, hey, you know, I passed this thing, I couldn't do it before, but I got the HM now, let me go back and see it. I like the way they did that. I feel like they did it the most in Generation 5. I feel like it was a really Gen 5 thing. Where like almost every route or like area of exploration has something that you can backtrack to check out. In some, even if it's a small capacity, I feel like they do that a lot. I feel like they did it a decent bit in Generation 2 as well, but I feel like it was mainly just Surf. It was like once you got Surf, you could kind of backtrack and do some things. The shiny Watchog that was in the copy of Pokemon White that I bought recently, I saw that it was met at level 33, and so at first I was like, oh, well, this is a hacked shiny, meeting a Watchog at level 33 in the wild, okay. But then when I looked it up, and in Black and White, on Route 1, after you get Surf, you can go find a patch of grass that has a level like 32 to 36 Watchogs in it. So, I do truly think they got legitimate shiny Watchog just running around in the grass over there. Yeah, I like to think I'm pretty good too with my knowledge of Generation 5, but then, you know, you mentioned Wellspring Cave and I thought it was in Gen 4, so clearly I am a bit more lacking than I thought. Also, I was wrong. We didn't get it by 15,300, so F me, I guess. Tepig has no love for me over here. No love. This song is going hard. Critical point was this versus Team Aqua, Team Magma. Oh no, Team Rocket. Heart Gold, Soul Silver. This theme is going in. Okay, piggy. We're gonna go for about 13 more minutes. Do a nice 2-hour stream, and if we don't got it by then, well, I mean, what more can I do? I've been trying my damnedest at this for way too long. I'll just have to pick it back up and try again another time. All right, sounds good, Roost. Sounds good. Yeah, we'll give it just a little bit more time. We'll get to 2 hours and we'll check out a few more Tepig, but won't go too terribly much longer. Since it is a work night, unfortunately, I do gotta go to work tomorrow. Or I guess I should say I gotta wake up for work tomorrow. I don't gotta go anywhere. I at least got to awaken. Oh man, excuse me. Oh goodness. Itchy ear. Good lord. But normally on Fridays, I would actually come back with a shiny hunt too. But I'm thinking I'm going to start changing it up. We're going to do streams on Monday and Wednesday for shiny hunting. And then on Friday, I'm going to start doing Kaizo Ironmon. Seems like it could be pretty fun. I'm going to do Pokemon White 2. See how long it'll take me to beat good old Kaizo Ironmon. I've already decided to pick up one thing to stream on YouTube that'll take me freaking years, years and years of my life. Might as well pick up a second one that'll take insanely long amount of time too. I mean, shoot, what was it? Point Crow took like a... I think I saw a post the other day from Point Crow saying... he posted on YouTube? It might have been community post. Took him like a year and a half and like 3,000 something attempts to beat Kaizo Ironmon. Granted, he was doing it in Fire Red, so I don't know how different that'll make it versus doing it in Pokemon White 2, but... yeah, he was streaming it like daily. We're gonna be doing it once a week, so it could take me ages to do that as well, but hey, slow and steady wins the race. That is the motto. Ain't nothing to rush. Opaloosa City. Why I don't remember Opaloosa City going this hard in the theme. Goodness me. I know the odds are low, but damn, this is taking forever. All right, come on, Tepig. The time is, we are running out of time. The clock is ticking. We only got about 7 more minutes here, bud. You almost gotta wonder, maybe Tepig's mad at me. Specifically for the fact that I started hunting other things after the hunt. Maybe Tepig got a little salty. Tepig was like, you know what? I wanted to be the first shiny on the board. I wanted to be #1 of the Shiny Dex. And you started hunting for other stuff in Platinum, and then you went to Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and then Fire Red Leaf Green. Maybe Tepig's mad. Maybe I stole Tepig's limelight from being #1, and now I'm being punished for it. Noise. I feel like I hear something. That's part of a song, but it sounds like it's coming from like off in the distance. Maybe it's the TV. Maybe I doubt I'd be able to hear the TV from the bedroom unless Emily just has it really loud right now for some reason. A dog outside barking or something? I cannot tell what that is, but there's just weird sound just coming off from like behind me over here. Will. All right, Tepig, we might be able to get 12 more encounters out of this, maybe. Get another, get us up to 15, 3, 44, maybe, something like that. If that. God, these resets just take freaking forever. Maybe that, I've speculated on it before, but maybe that's the real issue with this game and why it takes so long to hunt these starter Pokemon. Maybe these opening resets are just so freaking long that you just miss all the shiny like seeds because it just takes forever to get through the opening. I don't know. I don't actually know how any of that works, but it just feels like everyone I hear about doing this hunt, it takes them forever. Like, I don't think I've ever heard of someone doing this hunt and it's like, oh, I got it in 200 encounters. Oh, I got it in just 1,000. Like, everyone's like over 10K at least, if not worse. Like, there's got to be something up about these games that just makes these starter resets, specifically Tepig, just like absurdly just like weird odds, more so than normal. Maybe I'm just, huffing major copium over here, but like, something's got to be up. There's just something's got to be up with this. This is just crazy. Well, damn. Just break my heart there. Just break my heart. Fly, what up, what up? How's it going? Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. I'm still in the routine of having all copies of Black 2, White 2 going. Why are we doing Black and White now? Because I decided that I want to progress my copy of Black 2 all the way through, try and get us towards the post game so I can start breeding, start working on the national decks, all that. But obviously can't do that if Tepig is taping up my my game, so I have what, the 4 copies of Black 2, White 2, but I'm using one of them to progress through the game, so I'm failing to find words here, but essentially, just for uniformity's sake, instead of doing like 3 Black 2, White 2 and 1 Black and White, I then just subbed out my Japanese copy of White 2, grabbed 2 copies of Black and White and Japanese I have, and just threw them in here instead. Tepig had been holding up my progression through Black 2 long enough, so I decided, you know what, I will not let Tepig slow me down anymore. I can encounter Tepig in other games as well. I really was planning on doing the hunt just exclusively in all copies of Black and White, but then like I ordered a copy and then the seller was like, oh, I don't actually have that, never mind. Because like I only had 3. Oh, I guess I have enough copies, but like my English Black and White I have dedicated to Victini right now, so like I didn't want to reset those, and I needed more copies of Japanese ones to do 4, but then yeah, seller issues on eBay, and so I was just like, you know, screw it. I'll do 2 Black 2, White 2, and then 2 Black and White. But I feel you there. I feel like I've been slacking a little bit on my hunts, specifically this Tepig one. I feel like I've been a little bit slacking in it. I've been a little dejected by the pig, so I've been trying to go around and catch other things, do other hunts, just find other shinies to help me feel a little bit more accomplished in myself. I'm gonna sit back down. Let's see. I had said that I would stop at 2 hours, but I can't stop this hunt. I gotta keep this thing going until I freaking get this pig. I can't give it up, so I'll go, let's see if I can go 30 more minutes maybe. Or at least I'll go until 15,400. How about that? I'll do another 48 encounters here, and if we don't have anything by then, I'll call it a night. How about that? $100 survival herbs. You need to revive your Pokemon during a regular playthrough? Your Pokemon are fainting? I would never. I'm a Pokemon master. Nah, I forget. What game was I playing recently? Well, I was playing through Fire Red Leaf Green, but I was trying to like brute force my way through the game with just a Blastoise, and Yeah, it was I was dying a lot. Ooh. Yeah, I guess Sock does have that damn sturdy ability. That is true. It's so interesting, like, why did Stock get sturdy? I don't know why, it just the ability sturdy doesn't really feel like it fits Sock. Honestly, I feel like Throw looks like it'd be a sturdier Pokemon. I feel like Throw would make more sense having sturdy. I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's true. Early gyms can be a little tough if you're not properly leveled. Which recently, whenever I've been playing through games, I haven't actually been like playing through them, because I have enough games progressed to the point that like when I start up a new game, I just trade my starter over to, one of my games that's long progressed, grind up that starter real quick to a higher level, and then just blow through the game. Oh yeah, Wake will do that to you. Wake will do that to you. He's surprisingly difficult. I mean, having a Gyarados and a Quagsire, like, having 2 4x weaknesses, you'd think he'd be a pushover, but it's like his 4x weaknesses complement each other. One's weak to electric 4x, but the other one's immune to it. One's weak to grass 4x, but then the other one's neutral. Has a really good Spadef, and most grass moves are Spadef. He's a solid water type gym leader. He's got good diversity, good bulk too, other than his Floatzel. But yeah, like, I'm playing through my Black 2 right now, and instead of actually having to like tediously play through the game, I'm just trying to blow through it as quickly as I can. So I traded over my I caught a Riolu in Flockacy Ranch and traded it over to my copy of Black, since I already have that progressed all the way to the Victory Road. And I just did Audino grinding for like an hour, got Lucario up to 60, 70, pretty high level, and then traded it back over to Black 2 and started speeding through the game. You ever just like accidentally split your, not like split your lip, but like it gets a little cracked, maybe it got like dry at one point per second, and you get this like little tiny crack in your lip, and it can't heal to save its life. Doesn't matter if you use chapstick, like nothing, you just cannot get it. I've had this little crack in my corner of my lip over here for weeks now, and I just cannot get it to go away. It's just constantly there. How does that math work out? I don't know. Oh, because I'm doing the math wrong. Okay. Sorry, I was doing mental math about something and I was just like very perplexed. I was like, how does that work out? I just did the math wrong. All good, all good. All right, sounds good, Roost. Thanks for dropping on in. Hope you got a good night, or hope you have a good night. Hope you got a good night. Hope you have a good night. Appreciate you coming on by. It has got to happen eventually. This Tepig has got to be mine sooner or later. All right, I'm gonna lock in. You get the gamer stance going. I'm leaned over. I'm focused. I'm zoned in. It is time. It is truly time. Okay, why is my 1DS not responding? Come on. I don't got time for this. Can we stop lagging, please? Nothing in those two, but what a shocking turn of events. Black 2, White 2 have never yielded us a thing, so I'm not overly surprised by that one. You know, maybe I do need to put the shiny Embor card back on the microphone. I had taken it off. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to leave the Pokemon cards on the mic anymore. We're just going to do the Dragonite plushie. That'll be good. But thinking about it, the 3 full odd shinies that I have gotten, I had that shiny Embor card on the front of the mic here. And I took it off, and now all the other full odds hunts that we're doing have not turned into anything, so maybe the Embor wasn't super lucky for the pig, but maybe it was just good luck for the shininess in general. So maybe I do need to bring that back. Whatever I can think of to give me a leg up, I will give it a shot. Ooh, so I guess something, I've been rewatching My Hero Academia recently. Have not rewatched that in a hot minute. When I first started watching the show back in like 2019, early 2019, I think the 3rd season had like just come out or something like that. Yeah, I watched it for the first time. I know My Hero has a reputation. A lot of people hate on the show. A lot of people think that the fandom's super weird. I'm definitely not a part of that side of the fandom that ships everyone. I don't care about any of the shipping. I just like the fighting. I really like I liked the show a lot when I first started watching it. Like, I really enjoyed the show. I've always really enjoyed superhero stuff, so I was just big on My Hero when I first started watching it. And I rewatched it probably 3-4 times in the first like year or so after I watched it initially. Then after that, I hadn't touched it in a hot minute. I decided, you know what? I want to rewatch this. This has been a while. I need a feel-good show to go back and rewatch. I haven't really been doing that lately. There used to be a time where I went back and rewatched feel-good shows all the time. Like, I was all the time rewatching something. I don't really do that much anymore, but I'm about 8 episodes deep into season 1. it's such a good show. Like, it's just so enjoyable. Like, it gives you the good feels. Also, I don't know how it happened, but my lights behind me are now, oh, okay, they were synchronized in color, but now they are desynchronized. And then I was like, oh wow, they got synced, but maybe there's just a part of the cycle that kind of syncs up, and then like, change. I don't know, well, whatever. Never got an MHA, bleaches your thing, waiting for Fire Force. So I started Fire Force, I don't know how many years ago. I probably started Fire Force in 2022. It was a while ago. It's like not bad. I don't dislike it, but for some reason I started Fire Force. I watched like 5 episodes, didn't touch it for 6 months. Watched 2 episodes, didn't touch it for 6 months. Watched 3 episodes, didn't touch it for 6 months. Like I never even made it through the first season. It's not bad. Like I kind of enjoy it. I don't know why. I just can't commit to watching it for some reason. Like after starting the show in like early to mid-ish 2022, I think the last thing I watched was it was either the episode where, what's his name, Benny Maru, is that the guy that he does the really cool, you know, it's like the really famous where he like punches the guy with his palm and he like makes that really crazy explosion noise. I finally watched that episode. I might have gotten like 2 episodes past that maybe, but then like that was the last time I watched that. Again, like 6 months ago. I'll just pick it up at random times and then watch a few episodes and be like, okay, I'll not watch that again for 6 months. But My Hero, I don't know what it is about My Hero. I don't know if it's just the music in the background, like having watched the show so much and how much I enjoy it, so like the music triggers something in me. The show gets me emotional. I'm just like, good lord, why is this show like just got me feeling some type of way? Like I'm just like getting teary-eyed, like there's like little welling up in my chest. I'm just like, it's just kids punching each other. Why do I care so much? Why do they got me so hooked? It's weird, but like I just enjoy the show. But I said I would stop at 15,400 encounters. I would like to go for eternity until we get this damn pig to shine, but unfortunately I just cannot do that. So we got 4 more chances on the night. See if we can grab us a shiny little pig. And if not, well, I guess we'll be back next Monday to try and snag something. What you got for me, Tepig? Can you actually come through and give me the last encounter's luck? Can you give me the final 4? Show me something crazy. Alright, first 2 check. Black 2, white 2. You got anything crazy for me? Well, white 2 was, or no. Yeah, white 2 was a little ahead. Where's that? I don't know which game's which. One of the game. They were both wrong. None of them are shiny. Who cares? Black and white, you got anything crazy for me? No, of course not. When do you ever? When do you ever? Okay, well, that'll do it for us on the night. I don't know how long it's going to freaking take. This pig just does not like me. Good lord, this pig has it out for me. It is, Tepig is slowly becoming my nemesis. I might love your... you might be my favorite starter from Gen 5. You might be my favorite shiny, but good lord, you are being a thorn in my side. But as always, appreciated to everyone who comes on out to the streams, stops on by, keeps me entertained, chatting away. And, yeah, I'll see y'all on Monday. Hope y'all have a great night. And we will be back better than ever. We'll be back on Friday and be doing Kaizo Ironmon instead of shiny hunting. Maybe something a little more exciting, a little something more action-packed, fast-paced. But yeah, we'll be back with Tepig next Monday. And I will see y'all then.